Inshallah. Okay.
We just said it now, right? Earlier, what did we say right at the beginning? من قال في القرآن برأيه فليتبوأ مقعده من النار. Whoever says about the Quran with his own opinion, let him book his seat in the hellfire. There was times when Shaykh Sulaiman Ruhail and other mashayikh, they would be teaching us a book that he was preparing for. And then he would look at it, Wallahi, I think I left my notes. And he'll say, brothers, I will repeat it, inshallah, or I'll go through it next week. Yani khawfan of what you will have the answer for on that day. Right? Scholars, they will say, when you're asked a question, put the fire in front of you. Make sure you put the fire in front of you and then answer the question. People will say, oh, wallahi, didn't know. Oh, wallahi, no problem. Let them think that. Right? There is a bigger day that we are worrying about. That we have to. So inshallah, Shaykh, I think next week he's got a lecture anyway. So
Jazakallah khair. This is also a point of benefit as well. I remember our Shaykh Abdul Muhsin al-Abbad, Hafidhahullah Ta'ala in Medina. And as you know, mashallah, a great alim, Shaykh Abdul Muhsin al-Abbad, Hafidhahullah Ta'ala, a great muhaddith, the muhaddith of al-Medina, al-Munawwarah. And in terms of age, he's very old. In terms of knowledge, he's amazing and great. And I remember attending his lessons, and while he was going through the 6 books of al-Hadith, and many questions were always asked the Shaykh every single night. And many of those questions, he would say to them, Allahu A'lam. And he was teaching in the Haram almost for 50 years. And he would say, Allahu A'lam. He would be asked, maybe if you're a young student, you would think like, how come the Shaykh is saying Allahu A'lam? It looks like a very simple question. Okay, but this is min tawadu' al-Shaykh. So Shaykh Abu Taymiyyah himself is teaching us a lesson. We should not rush into answering questions. You know, this is the mannerism that, mashallah, that the students of knowledge learn from the great mashayikh and ulama when they go to Medina, for example, and they see great ulama sometimes not answering questions and saying Allahu A'lam. This is also educational sometimes, to teach the audience, the students, that you don't answer everything. You know, so sometimes you say Allahu A'lam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. So inshallah ta'ala, this is a point of benefit, and this is something that we've learned from the ulama and the mashayikh, the great ulama, and they wouldn't rush into answering questions. And also the great companions, and someone would go to one of the companions asking for a fatwa, and that great companion would say to the questioner, please go and ask such and such the question. Another great companion, and he would go to him, and that great companion would say, can you please go to another great companion, until that questioner comes back to the first one. Because every, mashallah, great companion says, I don't have the answer to this question, you go and ask such and such. Because everybody's running away from answering the questions. But nowadays, we run to the questions. We love answering questions. Inshallah, give us the questions. So
I remember as well.
Yeah, subhanAllah. So this is a point of benefit. I should not have said in front of the Shaykh.
No,
but inshallah ta'ala. La.
Yeah.
As I said from the beginning, if it was blurred for you, I was blind to it. So inshallah ta'ala. Yeah.
Shaykh, can I just add? Okay. Even subhanAllah, Shaykh that he's speaking about, he's like considered the mufti there.
Yes.
They walk him, with a wheelchair. Every day comes to the lesson like that. He's retired, but he still comes and teaches. I remember, subhanAllah, I was listening to his Q&A, and they asked him about whether someone who's in prison has to go and pray Jum'ah. Is it wajib upon him? Well, Shaykh sat there. I know that the Shaykh has probably been asked this question many times. And he said, brothers, Allahu A'lam. And I really took a huge lesson from that. Probably thinking to yourself, it's a pretty straightforward question. The guy's in prison, right? But he still said what? Allahu A'lam.
Subhanallah. That's deep fiqh. Mashallah.